the international to the national, to someone who actually helped shape a constitution that tried to deal with these issues. Miria Matembe.
Thank you so much. Is it on this? Yeah, I would like to welcome you from Beijing through New York at UN and back to Africa in Uganda, if you have ever been there. I would like you to cast your mind to Africa and listen to me a little bit. I just want to thank my colleagues for this wonderful, especially the humorous presentation. I just want to say that I've been a politician for the last 17 years. From Nairobi, the forward-looking strategy, through Beijing, Beijing 10, and here I am to share my experience with you. You will observe that all these meetings had these three words. If it is a platform of action, it is a platform of action for peace, equality, and development. Peace begins because it is clear that without peace, you cannot develop. And without equality, you cannot have either peace or development. You know, being a politician, I've been confronted with questions as to, but why should women participate? They must justify why they should participate in politics. And I say, shut up. Why should I? The fact that I'm alive and a human being and was created by God to exist side by side with a man is clear evidence that I must participate. We shouldn't be asked data to justify why you should participate. The fact that God saw it fit when you created man. By the way, God created man after creating animals. What missed in the animals he put in man? And what missed in man, finally he put in a woman. And he was satisfied that this is now a complete job of creation. And the whole idea was that man should sit together with woman and decide the issues of governance of the animals and the rest of the things God put here. And the fact that we are messing this world because women are denied the opportunity to participate and influence decisions. You can imagine even at peace negotiation and peacemaking, putting all these men seated there, men who know how to make wars, and now they sit there and they want to make peace. Don't you see it is just a contradiction? And why they can't see it is what I can't understand. And that's why God had created a woman with a sixth sense to tell them. And distinguished men, I wish you could listen to us, the world would be different. Now, having said that, I would like to say that in Uganda, having emerged out of wars, dictatorial rules, and murderous regimes in 1986, women had become cleverer. We had suffered so much that when the democratization processes started in 1986, we said this time we must be in there. You've not done good for us. And good enough, the NRM government was very receptive. It was listening because the women had participated in the wars also to bring it into power. So they said, fine. And the NRM established institutions, democratic institutions, and charged them with the responsibilities to democratize the country. And one of these institutions were the Uganda Constitution Commission. And that commission was charged with the responsibility of putting in place a new constitution that would make a new Uganda. And good enough, because we were alert, we said we need to be there on this body also. The government appointed two women out of 21-member commission. Don't worry, I was one of those women. 2 lawyers there. And I can assure you by the end of the constitution-making exercise, all those men seated there, the 19, were very gender-sensitive. And in fact, some of them found their way into the Constituent Assembly, which promulgated the Constitution, and they were really talking for us like they were purchased or something like that. But of course, they had been influenced. You see, if these people were to allow us to sit with them, even at these peace negotiation tables, peace could be reached quickly because women know the language. You can imagine, God gave us the responsibility of not only mothering the human beings, but nurturing them. Has it ever occurred to you that it takes is it 1 minute to make a baby? I don't know how many minutes. Scientists know. I don't know how many minutes, but it can be a second or minute, but both man and woman participate equally in that second or minute. But then after that, the whole thing of human creation and nurturing is left to the woman. 9 months, that human being is communicating to you, and then on breastfeeding, and then on nurturing and bringing up. I mean, we know human life more than they do. And I wish they could let us make decisions that concern human life. And that's, if we sat with them on the tables, I'm sure they would change heart, and maybe things would change. Therefore, really, we must be there. So for us in Uganda, we said, look, we must participate in this constitution-making exercise, and for sure we did. We did a great job. I see you with that book. All that is certainly documented in this book. Therefore, 5 minutes given to me will not do anything. But I want to tell you that we embrace the constitution-making exercise because women looked at this constitution as their savior. They thought it was the panacea to all the problems that they were involved in, the problems of battering, inequality, all this kind of thing. Therefore, we participated fully. We really organized and participated, and as a result, we came out with a very wonderful, gender-sensitive and responsive constitution. All the provisions, I'm not going into them, you can ask me if you want, but this constitution came, and the exercise coincided with the Beijing. In fact, by the time we went to Beijing, we were in the Constituent Assembly discussing this draft which had come out of the public, because the constitution was participatorily made. Popular participation method was used in making the constitution, and the women used this method as a way of gender sensitization. And therefore, when we came, whatever we had in Beijing, we said, Beijing has already decided, and since we are signatories to CEDAW, we must incorporate all these things. So eventually we came out with this constitution, wonderful constitution, and as a result of this constitution, which guarantees affirmative action and equal rights and many other things, the women in Uganda are participating in politics with good percentages. I mean, 28.8% in parliament is not so bad compared to America, the center of civilization and all power. And of course, in the cabinet and other high decision-making positions, the percentages are between 20 and 30. And in local government, it is 30%. And we have the principle of gender balance, which demands that in appointing people to positions of responsibility, you must balance. But we use a defective measuring, what do they call these balance weighing machines? Ours is so defective that if a commission is, for instance, 7 people, then 2 are women and 5 are men. And if there are 4, 1 is a woman, and the balance is tilting this side. But it is better than nothing. So I'm just telling you that we have all this. Politically, women are participating. But if you want to know more, come tomorrow to my session where I will be presenting. With all this energy, with all this enthusiasm, with all this high climax of Beijing and getting the constitution in place, what is happening right now in as far as equality, peace, and development is concerned. We shall talk about that tomorrow. Thank you.
Lutex Media, your voice, your story.